What's up, folks? Waiting for folks to get in the room so we can get started. What's up, Bob? How are you? Hello, hello. Hey, Mary. Good evening. What's up, Paris? Hey, B Mike. What's up, Jamie, Jennifer, Sarah, Julie? Nice to see you. Essie and Danielle. Nice to see you. What's up, Brittany? Gosh, you guys. Hey, Yuri. You guys are popping in here really, really quickly. Really, really quickly. And what's up, Facebook and YouTubers? If you are coming into the room, you need to say hi in the chat because I can't see you as you come in. TikTokers, I'm trying to catch up. Tell me something good. Indigo Spirit, Farah, and Candy Kiss, and all of you guys. Tina Noel, you're popping in here very, very quick. Thanks, Deez. I appreciate that. How is everybody? What's up, Mary Essa? Hey, Salt and Sassy. You doing all right? Hey, Renee. Hey, Sandy. Good to see you. How is everybody? Y'all doing all right? You love the podcast episode? Yay. That makes me happy. What's up, Win Dixie? I'm happy about the right, real quick, Brittany, real quick. I'm happy about the ceasefire as well. The only thing that I'm not happy about is Donald Trump actually sending out a text and email blast to everyone saying he's announcing the ceasefire as if he had something to do with it. That's the only part of it that I'm not happy about. Other than that, yay, let's celebrate. When it comes to him, yeah, fuck him. Just saying, right? Hey, Martin, good to see you. Not used to seeing you over there on YouTube, but good to see you as well. You know what, Auntie Tiff, here's my thing. I think that those folks are going to believe whatever they are going to believe. And there's simply nothing that we can do about that. And I'm tired of trying to scream into the void. I mean, Renee, here's the thing. If Elon Musk buys TikTok, he is only buying TikTok Inc., right? He will not be getting the algorithm that comes with TikTok that is owned by ByteDance over in China. And they have made it very clear they have no desire to sell their algorithm, right? So, hey, Erica, good to see you. So this is my thought process, right? So I really don't give a shit if Elon Musk buys TikTok Inc. Hey, Sherry, good to see you. Hey, Keisha. You're welcome, Renee. If he does, I can tell you this, I won't be here anymore. I'm not on X because of Elon Musk, and I won't be here if he buys it here. So I did make something for you guys to kind of help because everybody's like, where are you going to be? Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be? So I want to address this thing about TikTok first. And then I want to get into the rest of the things, right? Hey, Beach Bum. Hey, Casey Rich. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Queen Latuti. Hey, Ruth. I know everybody's kind of popping in really fast. And so if I haven't said hi to you and you are a subscriber and you are one of the regulars, hey, Chels, it is not because I don't love you, because you know that I do, is because the names popped in so fast so that I haven't been able to see you. Laura, I will not be on Red Note. That is just not something that I'm comfortable with. There are already issues happening because of the 10 million people that downloaded Red Note. Sandy, we know you are not new at all over the weekend. And so here's the thing. Hey, Ellen. So Red Note was an app that a lot of Chinese Americans and Chinese folks in America were using to stay in touch with Chinese culture, Chinese people, Chinese, that was their app, right? And now that 10 million people in the United States of America have downloaded Red Note, now there is already talk about China creating another server to move Chinese folks over to that server. And so it's really difficult, right? Hey, Y Perez. So this is my thing. It's just kind of going to be what it is. So I have no Lemonade is the same situation, Susie Q, right? Lemonade also has an algorithm that is based that is owned by a Chinese company. So it's the same thing. Okay. So what I have done is I have created this little thing for the background. Give me a second. I'm going to put this in here for you so everybody can see exactly where I am. See all the little things that are up there for you. And these are all the places that you can find me. All right. Now let me just clarify this list that you see up here. Hey, Zoe, what's up, Lex Defender? Hey, Joe Parrish. So let me just say this, folks. Three of these I have created a profile on, but I haven't put up anything else on there. I will not be moving to Red Note at all. Thanks, Candy Kiss. I literally haven't done anything to it today. I sprayed some sheen on it and combed it. That was it. I personally will not be going to Red Note. Okay. So a couple of things that I want to just state about everything that's going on. Number one, I still am not sure that TikTok is going to be going away. I'm just not. I know that a member of the Senate said, hey, listen, they introduced a bill, House or Senate. Somebody introduced something wanting to give TikTok an extension for like 270 days. I don't really know. I also think that typically when it comes to money, people find a way to work things out, right? And so I don't know that TikTok's going to go anywhere. We shall see, right? We shall see. Here's what I have told you. If it does go somewhere, I'm already on YouTube. I'm already on Facebook, although I misspelled it there, but that's probably accurate because like fuck Mark Zuckerberg. The only reason that I keep Facebook, to be frank with you guys, is because I have 30,000 followers over there or so, and they deserve to have accurate information just like anybody else. And there's not a lot of it on Facebook. So that's why I keep it. I'm going to replace that little typo here in just a second. I'm downloading it again. So here's the thing. Clapper, I created something on Clapper a couple of weeks ago, right? Right before the new year. And I did it because from what I could see, it looked the most like TikTok, right? So that is why I did Clapper. Now it's going to look like I'm going away, but I promise that I'm not, y'all. I'm just creating another thing real quick. All right, I'm back. All right, so let me replace this little joker with the typo. And there we go. Now, all back. All right, everybody is good to go. Everybody can see me. I can see you. Everybody can hear me. All the things. Perfect. So here's the thing. If you want to stay up with me, all right, the best thing that you can do is two things. Number one, go to get my link tree. Facebook, I'm going to have to add my link tree to my profile for you guys. If somebody that follows me on TikTok, Erica, I'm already on Facebook. So like you can't see it because it's over here on TikTok. But TikTok actually shows right now that I am at the Danny Cook on YouTube, on Fanbase, on Favorited, on Clapper, on Facebook, and on Discord. So you want to, thanks, Noodle. I appreciate that. So you want to make sure that you are following me on as many socials as you can under that. For fuck's sake, and I forgot Blue Sky. Oh my geez. This is what happens when you try to like download way too many things at way too much time, right? Oh my gosh, this is getting on my nerves, but I'm going to make it happen. Thank you, Sandy, for following me already. I appreciate that. So folks, this is where you can find me at, right? Oh my geez. Yeah, these are all the other places where I am. Never heard of Clapper. It has the most TikTok-like platform that I have seen. I happen to love Blue Sky. That's just me. Blue Sky is most like X/Twitter, right? So that's why I have Blue Sky. And Brandon, that is not a done deal. And even if Elon Musk buys TikTok Inc., that is just TikTok Inc. That is not the algorithm from ByteDance. And here's the thing. All I know is whatever Elon Musk buys, he's going to fuck it up the same way he did X. So have at it, bruh. I will not be anywhere that Elon Musk is. So like the dude already trashed Twitter. So let him go ahead and buy TikTok Inc. and see what happens. Like he's not going to get the algorithm, which is what makes it the best thing ever, right? He already tanked X/TikTok. So, ByteDance is not selling the algorithm. So he can do whatever he wants to do, right? I'm just saying, yeah, he destroyed Twitter. So I literally don't care what Elon Musk does. I literally don't care about the man. I think he's a horrible human being. I hate what he's done to his child. I don't think he's a decent person in any way, shape, or form. Like, I just don't. And so, yeah. So thanks, Tammy. Thanks for following me everywhere. I love that. So, oh, come on. Do you really want to do that? Okay. So listen, I haven't even had a chance to give everybody the go around yet. So come on up here, Project 2025. I sent you a personal invitation to the panel. So come on up here. Let's talk about it. Don't be a keyboard warrior. Don't hide in the damn comments. Don't hide in the comments. Bring your ass right on up here. Let's do that. Come on, big boy. Trump 103, you can come on too. Anybody that would like to have a fact-based conversation with me and you got something to say, seriously, bring your baby carrot ass to the panel. Be my guest. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. No, you didn't make it here? Oh, bless it. Yes, I said baby carrot ass. Yep, all day. Like that. That's a baby carrot. About that, like that. That's why they hang out in the comments the way they do. That's why they hang out in the comments the way they do, right? Because real men like to have a conversation. Real men like to have a conversation. So, and let me just be clear. Here's what I don't consider success. What I don't consider to be success is stealing the company from you and your friends. Hey, Mark, right? I don't consider that to be success. I don't think buying somebody else's, yeah, babe. Okay, I'll tell her. She's coming. I don't think buying somebody else's company and then taking credit as if you actually designed it and created it and all those other things. Like, I don't think that is success. I don't think going bankrupt 6 times with 6 different businesses is success, right? So that covers like Mark, Elon, and Trump. I don't think any of what those 3 individuals have done is success. If you mean, thank you, Eric. If you mean, that was a breathing dragon, folks. If you think that accumulating a ton of money or pretending to accumulate a lot of money, Donald Trump, is what makes you successful, you are mistaken. That to me is not success. That to me is not success. I'm fine with being a regular individual, right? I'm fine living a life that isn't exorbitant with tens and 20s of millions of dollars and hundreds of billions of dollars. I am fine with that. Because as long as I keep my integrity, as long as I keep my soul intact, as long as I'm not selling myself out to the devil and letting people starve and letting people be homeless and letting people be, desperate and all the things when I have the money to fix it, right? I don't call being successful having the money to keep people from living on the streets. Hey, stop. Mila, remember what I said, Belle? Mila, get off of her, please. Right? So I don't call those, to me, that's not being successful. It's just not. You can have all the money in the world and that doesn't make you successful in my eyes. Thank you, Tay. Mimi, get off of Bella's legs now. Mila, I'm not kidding. Get back over there where you were and get off of Bella. Yeah. So we have different definitions of success. We just do. Okay. So, and I'm okay with that. Like I am totally, hold on one second, please. I'm not doing it. Mila, get off of her now or I'm calling mommy right this second and I'm taking the iPad. Okay. Do you want me to take the iPad? Then move now. Now, or I take it. Not playing today. So for those of you guys who aren't used to being in my rooms, okay, I'm going to share a couple of things. If you're new here, please get a 1 in the comments for me so that I know. I'd like to kind of level set for everybody. Let me level set for everyone, okay? If you are new to me, put a 1 in the comments. All right, I see you guys. What's up, Apple Tree and Roku and Akia? What about Facebook and YouTube? I got any new people over there? Welcome to all of the new people on TikTok. I love that. Candy Kiss, you ain't new. You are not new, and we know better. Hey, Nick. Hey, Norma. Good to see you all. Okay, so let me just go ahead and level set for those of you guys who are not used to being in my space. Okay, so number 1, you got me on YouTube. Love that, Itis. Okay, so Sandy. Yeah, so let me just say this to you. Hey, City Girl. No, Belladonna, you can't be new either. So welcome to all the new people that are with me wherever you are new to me on any platform that there is, right? Good evening, Leslie. Good to see you. All right. So the way that I do things in my space is pretty simple. If you are used to rage baiting and being hateful and all the other things, this is not the space for you. Hey, Jai, this is really, oh, glad you found me on YouTube and Blue Sky. This is not the space for you because I don't do rage baiting and that sort of thing. I will sometimes meet assholes with the same energy that they give me. It's not what I like to do, but it's something that I will do. Hey, Joyce, good to see you. So I only ask for like 4 things in this space. This is it. 4 things. 1, be respectful. 1, just simply be respectful. 2, do not use slurs of any kind or you will be muted and booted from my live, right? Number 3, don't spam my comments. If you got something that you want to say it. Okay. But don't say it 5, 6, 7 times in my chat because that just clogs it up and it shows that you're not here for real conversation. And then number 4, do not type in all caps unless you are a moderator for me or unless you are receive grace. My moderators use all caps so that I can see things and you can see things that need to be seen. And Receive Grace has permission to use them because of a challenge and a difference in eyesight. So that's it. Those are the simple things in here. So other than that, we can get along. We can have dialogue. We can have discourse. We can disagree. We can do all of those things as long as you do them respectfully. Okay. Because other than that, you know what I mean? If you can't behave like a grown adult, this is not the space for you. And that's fine. I am not for everybody. Everybody is not for me. So in case you missed it, the podcast is live. It started last Saturday was the introductory. Hey, Hilda, good to see you. Last Saturday was the introductory episode or the trailer, if you will. And then today a new episode went out. The new episode is called Jesus and Jenny. So feel free to go check it out. You can find the podcast on lots of platforms. You can find it on Podbean, Apple Podcast, Audible, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeart, like a bunch of different places. So wherever you are, yeah, Jesus and Jenny. So wherever you are listening to podcasts, you will be able to find The Danny Cook Show. That is the name of it, The Danny Cook Show. Okay, so other than that, folks, I think we are about ready to get going, right? So I will tell you this, at 8 o'clock in about 15, 18 minutes or so, we will be, I will be, right, Valerie? I will be streaming Joe Biden's farewell from the Oval Office at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will go ahead and tell you right now, I am not looking forward to it. It is, I find myself after yesterday and today being a little bit more emotional than I have been about where we are. Thanks, Meg H. I appreciate that. And here's the thing. I don't know what is going to happen between now and Monday, right? Tells me how. I don't know. What I do know is that this administration, the Biden-Harris administration, has been one of the best administrations that we have had as a country in a long, long time. They have accomplished so much in such a short period of time. And I am going to be sad to see people leaving office that I know truly care about people. Like that's it for me. Like I am okay. Call me crazy, but I am even okay if a president can't get everything done, but I know they're trying and I know they have a heart for the people and I know they want, what's best for people, that they actually do care. I don't expect them to be perfect. I don't expect to agree with everything that they do, but as long as I know that they actually have a heart and they care about people, I'm cool with that. And what I do know is that Donald Trump does not care about the average American citizen. I have seen that demonstrated time and time again. And anybody that will take MAGA and Republican and Democrat out of it and simply look at verbiage, look at behavior, look at actions, look at speech, they will see the same thing that I'm saying right now. There's not a single person that can look at Donald Trump objectively, and not see that he is out for himself and the people that are rich just like him. That's it. The language that he uses when he talks about immigrants should be clear to you exactly how he feels. Right? The use of DEI and woke and all of that, we're going to get all the way into it. And I'm going to call a thing a thing. And if you don't like it, that is okay. It just, you know what I mean? Like here's what I won't do, right? What I won't do is pretend like something isn't exactly what it is. You don't got to like it. And I don't care how many people did or didn't vote for him. I don't care. Here's what I know is there were millions of Americans that did not vote last year. Yes. Yes. I know that there were millions of Americans that did not vote in this last election. I can tell you that the deficit between these two was 1.4%. There was no landslide. There was no mandate from the American people. None of that's true. None of that is true. It was a slim as hell margin that he won by the skin of his damn teeth because she had 107 days to to run a campaign. Because make no mistake, folks, had she had longer than 107 days, it would have been a done deal. It would have been a done deal. So, and I do believe that. I really do believe that. And I think that had more people been willing to call a thing, if more people had been willing, had a backbone, had a spine, that were willing to tell the truth about what it is, and quite frankly, if Merrick Garland had worked just 5 to 6 months longer than he did, so 5 to 6 months faster than he did, this would have all been over, and Trump would have been convicted, and he would be on his way to jail somewhere. No kidding. Because if you did not read Jack Smith's final report, which I did, if you did not read Jack Smith's superseding indictment, which I did, if you did not read the transcripts from the actual investigators who interviewed Eric Hirschman and Cassidy Hutchinson and all the people, if you didn't do all that, shame on you, because I did. And the bottom line is when you actually do your due diligence, when you want to know the truth about something, so you go to the source for the things and not CNN and not Fox Entertainment and not MSNBC and not any of the things. But if you actually go to the source of things and get the facts, there is no denying what we all know. Yeah, I saw Lev's movie. There's no denying what we all know, right? Donald Trump attempted to stay in power. Yes, Crafty, he can. He attempted to stay in power by overturning the government. That was the plan, people. Right, Chelsea. I've even talked to Lev Parnas. Correct. And there will be people that do not like that I'm saying that, and I don't care. And if you know me, if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I've never cared when I'm telling the truth, when I'm speaking facts. I have never cared who doesn't like it, whose name is in my mouth. I've never cared how rich they are. I've never cared who they know. I've never cared because it was always the right thing to do. It was the right thing when it was ballot health. It is the right thing when it is this election. It is the right thing when it is Pete Hegseth. It is the right thing. It's just that simple. So tonight, I'm going to listen to one of the best presidents we've had in a very long time say goodbye to this country. And I may get emotional. I have been emotional since yesterday because Pete Hegseth was triggering for me as a woman who has served in the military, as a woman who has experienced sexual assault in the military. SA for my TikTok folks, sorry. As a woman who has lived that, I know his kind. I know his kind. I know his energy. I know men who are just like him. I talked to my therapist about it today. And I knew all about it. Like I'd read the police reports before. I'd done all the things. I had no clue that watching the confirmation hearing yesterday was going to impact me the way that it did. but it did. But it did. I didn't even come back out. I didn't even come back last night. I was supposed to come on last night. I didn't. I did not. I did not. Um, Thanks, Randall. I appreciate that. Um, oh my sweet baby Jesus. Why don't people know? Give me a second. All right. So, yeah. Hey, Eric, good to see you. Hey, Colleen, Tanya. Um, yeah, she is, Randall. I agree. So, no, it wasn't just you. It was me getting a phone call and me having to ignore it. Let me just go ahead and say this right now. I appreciate my moderators for getting the trash out of the comments, right? I just appreciate it already because I don't feel like wasting my time or my energy on people who don't matter and who are here just to troll. Thanks, DeBoss. I appreciate it because I only want adults. I only want patriots. I only want people that are interested in what is best for the country in the chat tonight. I don't care about numbers. I don't care about anything else. What I care about is having people that actually give a damn about this country, listening together, collaborating together, organizing together, being well informed together, and being organized and mobilized together. That is all I want. That is it. I see creators right now on TikTok that are going live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because they're trying to get as much money out of TikTok as they can, right? Have y'all not seen that? Have you noticed? Have you noticed that some of the TikTok creators are live like 24/7 right now? Yeah. Um, and no, I don't mind sharing my background a little bit, Elizabeth, not at all. Yeah, I've noticed it too. It's just not my thing. I'm going to be live the same way that I plan to be live. Right, Renee, you got it right. You only come to TikTok for me. I appreciate that, Linda. All right, so here we go. So somebody asked me a little bit about my background. Probably the folks on Facebook know me the best because they've been with me the longest. They have known me through the times when I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was doing poetry and I was on the radio and all that kind of stuff. I am a service connected disabled veteran. My parents served in the military. They met in the military back in 1963. My dad served 2 tours in Vietnam. They met in nursing school at Walter Reed Army Medical Center. Both of my brothers served, and then I served. My nephew also served, and so I come from a military family. I grew up in Northeast Tennessee, and a lot of people know me from, like I said, starting to do the poetry thing. And then when I lived in Charlotte, I began to do this thing. You're from Charlotte area, Ocean? Awesome. So, well, I don't know, Belinda. I got paid today, so I don't know. So here's the thing. What was I saying? Oh, so when I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, I had seen this video where they were doing this thing called free hugs. And I'm not going to go into in depth as to what free hugs is or was at the time, but what I will tell you is that free hugs was about it was about just kind of walking around and just and just letting people hug you, people who need a hug. And so I had seen this video. You can watch it if you go to YouTube and go to Free Hugs official video. You have to do the official one. You'll see a guy by the name of Juan, whatever his last name is. And so that was the start of it. So anyway, so I started doing free hugs in Charlotte, North Carolina in 2014. And then as I was right, Randall, in the Periscope days, yes. Yep, you remember me from Periscope too. Holy geez. Yeah, so we going way back now, right? And so we started doing free hugs. And then as we were in Uptown Charlotte, I started to get to know a lot of the folks that were unhoused, right? And when that started to happen and I got to know them, then it became about doing free hugs and love. It became free hugs and love. So like I literally have a Facebook page called Free Hugs and Love. You can go there and see it. You can watch videos from when we did it. And so every other month we would take out backpacks, and those backpacks would be full of socks and hygiene kits and snack bags and little handwritten note cards, and then sleeping bags. And then in the wintertime, it might be coats and shoes that people donated to me. And it just became this thing that we did. So after a while, of course, I got to know those folks. And then in February of 2017, I mean, we can still do that, Brianna. Quite honestly, like that was my intent, is to start doing it again now that C19 has kind of come back down a little bit. But anyway, so then in February of 2017, I asked a couple of the guys that I had gotten to know quite well over that time if I could spend the weekend on the streets with them. I wanted to know what it was truly like to live their life, and I wanted to ask their permission to, kind of be alongside them for an entire weekend, and they said yes. And so I believe it was the weekend of like February 17th or something like that. That is what I did. And let me see if I can find this live streaming. There we go. No, 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 no. Go back, go back, go back, go back. And so when I went out there, I took nothing but I took a sleeping bag, a backpack. I layered up with some clothes and a hoodie because they didn't have coats, so I didn't take that. I parked my car at the train, and then I took the train up to Uptown Charlotte. And so I spent the weekend outside with them, ate what they ate, slept where they slept. We slept on the porch under the awning at the United Way in Uptown Charlotte. So that's where we were for that weekend. Long story short, 2 weeks after that, one of those guys had a colon rupture. Some other stuff had happened. Anyway, I ended up moving those two gentlemen into my little duplex that I rented at the time. I had a spare bedroom and two high school students that were part of the, I used to give seminars at an early college high school around here. And so two of the high school students that were part of that donated two twin beds to me. And so we got the stuff together. And for the next 6 months, they live with me. Mike went through 5 surgeries. So, I learned how to clean out and change out colostomy bags and how to clean out a wound vac and all the different things. And then I moved to Atlanta. And then shortly after I moved to Atlanta, literally within weeks, my second grandchild, my first grandgirl, was born. She was born wearing, awesome, Carla, thanks. She was born weighing 1 pound and 3 ounces. So she was in a neonatal intensive care unit for 91 days. And then she came home weighing 4 pounds, 11 ounces. But during that time, I got to know the staff there really well. You do when you are depending upon them to know Bella, City Girl Bella. This was in 2017. And so fast forward a year after Bella got out of the NICU, I got a message from a couple of her NICU nurses that said they didn't really know what happened to our healthcare back home, but all of a sudden they were being told that the NICU that saved her life was going to be shut down. And they didn't know anybody that could help them. And could I help them? Now, at that time, I was doing a bunch of YouTube videos, and I was talking about Brett Kavanaugh's nomination, and I was talking about Leo Leonard and the Federalist Society, and I was talking about Donald Trump at the time and all the things, right? And so I had like a small following at that time, a few thousand people. So I said, sure. And so I started to investigate what happened with our healthcare back home. And that's when I found out about this thing called a COPA, which we won't go into tonight. But I found out that basically one of our state senators had sponsored legislation for 2 healthcare systems, and it allowed them to become a legal medical monopoly where they control about 96, 97% of the inpatient population. Their name is Ballot Health. If you Google me and Ballot Health, you will find a plethora of information. And so that turned into something way more than I thought it was going to be. I literally thought I was going to help get the word out. I was going to find out what happened. And surely to goodness, the Tennessee Department of Health would realize what a mistake they made and they would fix it. Didn't happen, right? So I ended up moving back home to Tennessee. I led a peaceful protest against Ballot Health in Tennessee. And then we ended up living outside of one of their hospitals 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the next 257 days from May 2nd of 2019 till January 13th of 2020. And then we moved inside. I still protest them. And then COVID happened and all the things. So that's just a little bit about me. But the president should be speaking. So give me 1 second. I want to do that for us. 1 sec. I really do. Give me 1 second. Ooh wee. Where is he? All right. I'm gonna let us listen to this and then we'll keep going, okay? I know. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm on, and it says it's going to begin at 8:05 is what it says. Perfect. So I'm there, and we'll know when it starts. Okay. So now that it's there, I'll just kind of finish. So yeah, I'm there. It says it's gonna begin in 4 minutes, folks. I'm there. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. So anyway, so then C-19 happened. I continued to kind of work against ballot health by sharing information to the public, by publishing their quality health ratings, by helping people file complaints and lawsuits or whatever I could do to help people. So that's what I did. And and so I still do that. Laura, they haven't taken a vote yet. And so I've been speaking to the FTC for, I don't know, the last year and a half, well, actually the last few years, and then gone from there. So yeah, so that's kind of it. And then this past summer, my daughter asked me to come to TikTok because she wanted me to share facts and information with people on TikTok and go from there. So, guys, I am literally on it. It might be a little bit ahead of me, but I know he might be on your TV, but I'm on C-SPAN. So it says it's going to start at, and here it goes. Thank you.
Reached by Israel and Hamas, the elements of which I laid out in great detail in May of this year. This plan was developed and negotiated by my team, and will be largely implemented by the incoming administration. That's why I told my team to keep the incoming administration fully informed, because that's how it should be, working together as Americans. This will be my final address to you from the American people, from the Oval Office, from this desk as president. And I've been thinking a lot about who we are and maybe more importantly, who we should be. Long ago in New York Harbor, an iron worker installed beam after beam, day after day. He was joined by steel workers, stonemasons, engineers. They built not just a single structure, but a beacon of freedom. The very idea of America was so big, we felt the entire world needed to see. The Statue of Liberty, a gift from France after our Civil War. Like the very idea of America, it was built not by one person, but by many people, from every background and from around the world. Like America, the Statue of Liberty is not standing still. Her foot literally steps forward atop a broken chain of human bondage. She's on the march, and she literally moves. She was built to sway back and forth to withstand the fury of stormy weather, to stand the test of time because storms are always coming. She sways a few inches, but she never falls into the current below. An engineering marvel. The Statue of Liberty is also an enduring symbol of the soul of our nation. A soul shaped by forces that bring us together and by forces that pull us apart. And yet, through good times and tough times, we've withstood it all. A nation of pioneers and explorers, of dreamers and doers, of ancestors native to this land, of ancestors who came by force. A nation of immigrants came to build a better life. A nation holding the torch of the most powerful idea ever in the history of the world, that all of us are created equal. That all of us deserve to be treated with dignity, justice, and fairness. That democracy must defend and be defined and be imposed, moved in every way possible. Our rights, our freedoms, our dreams. But we know the idea of America, our institution, our people, our values that uphold it are constantly being tested. Ongoing debates about power and the exercise of power, but whether we lead by the example of our power or the power of our example, whether we show the courage to stand up to the abuse of power or we yield to it. After 50 years at the center of all of this, I know that believing in the idea of America means respecting the institutions that govern a free society, the presidency, the Congress, the courts, a free and independent press, institutions that are rooted, they just might not reflect the timeless words, but they echo the words of the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Rooted in the timeless words of the Constitution, we the people. Our system of separation of powers, checks and balances, it may not be perfect, but it's maintained our democracy for nearly 250 years, longer than any other nation in history that's ever tried such a bold experiment. In the past 4 years, our democracy has held strong. And every day I've kept my commitment to be president for all Americans through one of the toughest periods in our nation's history. I've had a great partner in Vice President Kamala Harris. It's been the honor of my life to see the resilience of essential workers getting us through a once-in-a-century pandemic, the heroism of service members and first responders keeping us safe, the determination of advocates standing up for our rights and our freedoms instead of losing their jobs to an economic crisis that we inherited. Millions of Americans now have the dignity of work. Millions of entrepreneurs and companies creating new businesses and industries, hiring American workers, using American products. Together, we've launched a new era of American possibilities. One of the greatest modernizations of infrastructure in our entire history. From new roads, bridges, clean water, affordable high-speed internet for every American. We invented the semiconductor, smaller than the tip of my little finger, and now is bringing those chip factories and those jobs back to America where they belong, creating thousands of jobs. Finally, giving Medicare the power to negotiate lower prescription drug prices for millions of seniors. And finally, doing something to protect our children and our families by passing the most significant gun safety law in 30 years and bringing violent crime to a 50-year low.
That's right.
Meeting our sacred obligation to over 1 million veterans so far who are exposed to toxic materials, and to their families, providing medical care and education benefits and more for their families. You know, it will take time to feel the full impact of all we've done together. But the seeds are planted, and they'll grow and they'll bloom for decades to come. At home, we've created nearly 17 million new jobs, more than any other single administration, a single term. More people have health care than ever before. And overseas, we've strengthened NATO. Ukraine is still free. And we pulled ahead of our competition with China. And so much more. I'm so proud of how much we've accomplished together for the American people. And I wish the incoming administration success, because I want America to succeed. That's why I've upheld my duty to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition of power, to ensure we lead by the power of our example. I have no doubt that America is in a position to continue to succeed. That's why my farewell address tonight, I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. And this is a dangerous that's the dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. And the dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy. our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead.
Yep.
You see the consequences all across America, and we've seen it before, more than a century ago. But the American people stood up to the robber barons back then and busted the trusts. They didn't punish the wealthy. They just made the wealthy play by the rules everybody else had to. Workers want rights to earn their fair share. You know, they were dealt into the deal, and it helped put us on a path to building the largest middle class, the most prosperous century any nation in the world has ever seen. And we've got to do that again. In the last 4 years, that is exactly what we've done. People should be able to make as much as they can, but play by the same rules, pay their fair share of taxes. So much is at stake. Right now, the existential threat of climate change has never been clearer. Just look across the country, from California to North Carolina. That's why I signed the most significant climate and clean energy law ever in the history of the world, and the rest of the world is trying to model it now. It's working, creating jobs and industries of the future. Now, we've proven we don't have to choose between protecting the environment and growing the economy. We're doing both. But powerful forces want to wield their unchecked influence to eliminate the steps we've taken to tackle the climate crisis, to serve their own interest for power and profit. We must not be bullied into sacrificing the future of our children and our grandchildren. We must keep pushing forward and push faster. There's no time to waste. It's also clear that American leadership in technology is an unparalleled source of innovation that can transform lives. We see the same dangers of the concentration of technology, power, and wealth. You know, his farewell address, President Eisenhower spoke of the dangers of the military-industrial complex. He warned us then about, and I quote, the potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power, end of quote. 6 decades later, I'm equally concerned about the potential rise of a tech-industrial complex that could pose real dangers for our country as well. Americans are being buried under an avalanche of misinformation and disinformation, enabling the abuse of power. The free press is crumbling. Editors are disappearing. Social media is giving up on fact-checking. The truth is smothered by lies told for power and for profit. We must hold the social platforms accountable to protect our children, our families, and our very democracy from the abuse of power. Meanwhile, artificial intelligence is the most consequential technology of our time, perhaps of all time. Nothing offers more profound possibilities and risk for our economy, our security, our society, for humanity. Artificial intelligence even has the potential to help us answer my call to end cancer as we know it. But unless safeguards are in place, AI could spawn new threats to our rights, our way of life, to our privacy, how we work, and how we protect our nation. We must make sure AI is safe and trustworthy and good for all humankind. In the age of AI, it's more important than ever that the people must govern. And as the land of liberty, America, not China, must lead the world in the development of AI. You know, in the years ahead, it'll help to be, it's going to be up to the presidency, the Congress, the courts, the free press, and the American people to confront these powerful forces. We must reform the tax code, not by giving the biggest tax cuts to billionaires, but by making them begin to pay their fair share. We need to get dark money. That's that hidden funding behind too many campaigns contributions. We need to get it out of our politics. We need to enact an 18-year term limit, time and term, for the strongest ethics reforms for our Supreme Court. We need to ban members of Congress from paying stock while they're in the Congress.
Yes.
We need to amend the Constitution to make clear that no president is immune from crimes that he or she commits while in office.
That's right.
The president's power is not limited. It's not absolute. And it shouldn't be. And in a democracy, there's another danger. The concentration of power and wealth.
That's right.
It erodes a sense of unity and common purpose. It causes distrust and division. Participating in our democracy becomes exhausting and even disillusioning. And people don't feel like they have a fair shot. We have to stay engaged in the process. I know it's frustrating. A fair shot is what makes America America. Everyone's entitled to a fair shot. Not a guarantee, but just a fair shot. An even playing field. Going as far as your hard work and talent can take you. We can never lose that essential truth, remain who we are. I've always believed, and I've told other world leaders, America can be defined by one word: possibility. Only in America do we believe anything is possible. Like a kid with a stutter from modest beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Claremont, Delaware, sitting behind this desk in the Oval Office as President of the United States. That's the magic of America. It's all around us. Upstairs in the residence of the White House, I've walked by a painting of the Statue of Liberty I don't know how many times. In the painting, there's several workers climbing on the outstretched arm of the statue that holds the torch. It reminds me every day I pass it of the story and soul of our nation and the power of the American people. There's a story of a veteran. This is a veteran, a son of an immigrant, whose job was to climb that torch and polish the amber panes so rays of light could reach out as far as possible. He was known as the keeper of the flame. He once said of the Statue of Liberty, quote, speaks a silent universal language, one of hope. Anyone who seeks and speaks freedom can understand. Yes, we sway back and forth to withstand the fury of the storm, to stand the test of time. A constant struggle, a short distance between peril and possibility. But what I believe is the America of our dreams is always closer than we think. It's up to us to make our dreams come true. Let me close by stating my gratitude to so many people, to the members of my administration, as well as public service and first responders across the country and around the world. Thank you for stepping up to serve. To our service members and your families, it's been the highest honor of my life to lead you as Commander-in-Chief. And of course to Kamala and our incredible partner, the historic Vice President. She and Doug have become like family. And to me, family's everything. My deepest appreciation to our amazing First Lady who's with me in the Oval today. For our entire family. You're the love of my life and the life of my love. My eternal thanks to you, the American people. After 50 years of public service, I give you my word. I still believe in the idea for which this nation stands. A nation where the strength of our institutions and the character of our people matter and must endure. Now it's your turn to stand guard. May you all be the keeper of the flame. May you keep the faith. I love America. You love it too. God bless you all. And may God protect our troops. Thank you for this great honor.
All right. So
democracy is always an unfinished creation.
Democracy is worth dying for.
Democracy belongs to us all.
We are here in the sanctuary of democracy.
Thank you, guys.
Responsibilities fall once again to the great democracies.
American democracy is bigger than anyone else.
What? You want to sit down on me? Okay. Give me a second. All right. I've got to stop sharing. Doom. I know. You got to hold on a second. Okay. So, yeah, I respect this president so much as well. All right. So listen, hey, you got to not detract from the people. Okay. Um, okay. So it very emotional, right? Very, 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 very emotional. Okay. Listen, you got to go over there. Mommy's coming. Hey, mommy's coming. Okay. All right. Yeah, she did make it a little bit more helpful, right? A little bit more helpful. So keepers of the flame, right? Um, okay, so let me just say this. I am so glad that he said what he said about the consolidation of power and the potential oligarchy that is forming in this country. I am so glad that he took this moment to call a thing in front of the entire country and in front of the entire world. Now, you and I know that there will be, the MAGA Trump supporters who will blow it off, will discount it, will act like it is nothing, and try to make fun of him and whatever. But here's the thing: say what you want to say. He got it right, and I think that is probably one of the best speeches I have heard a president give in a really long time. Him touching on the possibility of this country. That is one of the things that I think that we have to hold on to is possibility, not being fantastical about it, right? Not believing in, the fantasies, right? Still being rooted in reality. Right, exactly, Tom. But believing that what, baby? What? Okay. But believing in possibility. You gotta get your hands off my face. No, 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 no. Don't touch my face. Okay. Now, I want to say something. I saw something. I saw somebody say, "What are you doing? You want a cookie?" I got some. Look, they're up there by the chips on the counter. Go look. It's the one you got yesterday. The one you got. I want to say this. She does, Laura. She's also a bit of a ham. Let me just say that. She's also a bit of a ham. So I wanna thanks, Nemo. Yeah, move the box right there. See him? I know you see him. So I'm gonna share something funny with you all, just so that you all can see it, right? So the other day, I asked Mila. I said, "Mila, do you want a cookie?" And she said, "Yes." And so I got these out, and she goes, "That's not cookie." I said, "Yes, it is." She said, "No, a cookie's chocolate. A cookie is chocolate, right? A cookie is chocolate." And I said, "This is like chocolate. It's good. It's yummy." And she said, and I said, "Just try it." And so she took it, and at first she smelled it, and then she just licked it. And I was like, "Just bite it." And then she bought it, and she was chewing it up, and then she went, "It's yummy." I said, "Okay, girl. Okay, take, yes, here, take your cookie. Go to the couch." All right. So, so I'm bribing her with golden Oreos right now. Huh? Yep. You got two. Yeah, that's what they're called. Go that way. Yeah. You eat those first. You want one more? You want me to have one? Okay, girl. I will take what? Oh, this one? Okay. Thank you. She made me eat a cookie with her. She's speaking where? Because yes, I've heard of Red Note. I won't be going to Red Note at all. I won't be going to Red Note. The things that I've read about it are concerning to me. And I don't know. Somebody said C-SPAN, but I don't see it either. I'll play it later if it is, but I want to talk a little bit. Yeah, I'm not doing Red Note. Yeah. So from what I understand is Red Note is not like TikTok. Red Note is actually a full yeah, it's not good for it's actually a full on like Asian app. And people downloaded it to make a point about TikTok to kind of do like a big FU to the government. But you're not supposed to talk anything political on it. It's like, yeah, you sign over anything you create, all of that. So it's not my thing. So I'm already on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube right now. So literally this is everywhere that I am. This is where I'm at under the Danny Cook. And then the podcast has launched and it's on all major podcast platforms. So I'm already on these places. The only place where I haven't put content yet, and I've just signed up, is Clapper, Fanbase, and Favorited. And I'm also on Blue Sky, right? I'm also on Blue Sky. So those are the places where I'm at. These are the places I will continue to be. As long as TikTok remains the TikTok that it is currently, I will be here. If TikTok as we know it today does not remain, if Elon Musk buys the American TikTok Inc. and ByteDance keeps its algorithm, I will not be here, right? Yeah, well, and I think they have been, but that doesn't mean that they will stay that way, right? So if Elon buys this, I will not be here. Just that simple, okay? ByteDance has said that they are not going to sell their algorithm, so I have no doubts about it, right? I love that, Sammy J. Oh, by the way, for my subscribers, this is very, very, very important. Yes. Yes, you can have one more cookie, please. And that was great asking. Good job. Yeah, good job, girl. So let me say this. If you are a subscriber and something happens to this space that we are on TikTok, make sure that you are in Discord. I have the ability to set up a subscribers pay space. The same amount that your subscription is now will be the same amount that it is then. And it will just be done differently. So just kind of letting you know, subscribers, we will still be doing what we do. We will still have our subscribers Discord. We will still have movie night. We will still have our book readings. We will still have all the things that we currently have now, whether we are doing it here or not. Okay. Becky, if you are into Discord, all you have to do, guys, there's a Discord. I added Discord to my socials in my link tree, folks. As soon as you do that, as soon as you click the Discord in my link tree, it'll take you there. When you get in there, you're just going to go straight into the verification tab. It's going to be over on the left-hand side. And all you got to do is once you click verification, watch the video that is there. Phantom made an incredible video that will walk you step by step through the verification process, and you will get into the subscriber side of the Discord. There is a non-subscriber side of Discord that you are welcome to join at any point in time that you want to. Okay. And then there is a subscriber side. Those things will continue to exist. Phantom has got Discord set up so that when a new podcast episode launches, like it did today, my link tree is posted here and it's posted on YouTube. So if you are on YouTube right now, my link tree is posted on YouTube. I will get it posted on Facebook when I get off of here. But so the way that I'm not sure yet, Just Mar. Wait until we figure out what's going to happen with TikTok. Okay. So let me say this. Okay. So the way that Phantom has Discord set up right now is he has it set up so that whenever a new podcast episode launches, the first people to get a notification are subscribers in Discord. And then within 30 minutes to an hour later, then a subscriber, a notification goes to everybody else that is in my Discord. Titan, please. So Raina, have you watched the verification video? Because no, what I'm saying, so what'll happen, Valerie, is once if TikTok goes somewhere, then I will notify all the subscribers with another way to subscribe to me. Okay? Like whenever TikTok goes, right? And it's no longer valid here, then I will notify everybody. Because I'll be able to download all of my subscribers from my TikTok studio so that I'll have everybody. And then I will send, you know how we have in TikTok, we have a subscribers only space. I can literally message all of the subscribers. I don't know how fan base is, Denario, other than I set up the account today. It was easy to do. It says it was going to migrate some of my things over from TikTok, but here's my thing. It will only migrate videos that are less than 2 minutes long. I don't do too much that's less than 2 minutes. Okay, this is the last one. Okay. Good asking though. Yep. If you're on Discord, you don't have to do anything. Yeah. Did Titan smell your cookie? Yeah. Okay. All right. Awesome. You guys are doing all the things, right? Yeah. That's because she's learning. It's really bad. She's learning because TikTok is saying, Denario, I just said I only set up an account today. So I can't tell you if it's worth growing or not. I literally just created an account today. I don't know. What I'm telling people is these are the ways to find me. Okay. My handle on every platform is the Danny Cook. So YouTube, Fanbase, Clapper, Favorited, Facebook, Discord, Blue Sky. Okay. I'm on all the above. Right. All the things, Lisa. So that's how you find me. And then if you are finding the podcast, it is The Danny Cook Show on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Music, Audible, Apple Podcasts, Audible, all the places. That's where you find me. Okay. All the podcast places. All right. I know it's okay. All right. So I want to talk about some things really quickly. How many of you have not seen the letter from Pete Hegseth's mother that she wrote about him before they got her to change what she said? How many of you all saw this letter? No? Yay, Pam, you found me on YouTube. I love that. All right, so let's talk about it for a second. So we all know that so Pete Hegseth in 2017 had just had a baby 2 months before he was accused of SA, which that's sexual assault, if you're not on TikTok, right? So Pete Hegseth had just had a baby 2 months prior to being accused of SA while he was still married to his first or second wife. I can't remember. He was still married to one of the wives, had just had a baby with a mistress. And then 2 months later, second wife, thank you guys. Second wife had just had a baby with a mistress 2 months prior, and then was accused of SA. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't Jenny. All right. So listen, in 2018, right. Real hard to keep up. The mistress was his boss. Wow. I don't know that, but okay. Yeah. Jenny is the third wife that he has right now. So check this out. In 2018, Samantha Hegseth, who was, wife number 2, I believe. They went through some stuff, and apparently, Samantha had shared, thanks, Kelberg. Samantha had shared what all was going on with Pete's mother. And yay, YTC, you found me on YouTube. And so his mother was not really happy with him. And so she emailed Pete Hegseth and forwarded a copy of that email to Samantha, his now ex-wife. Okay. And I'm going to share with you what that email said in 2018, so that you can see what she said about her son before he was nominated to be the Secretary of Defense. Because once he was nominated to be the Secretary of Defense and the press published her email, it was leaked to the New York Times. I couldn't imagine who it was leaked by, because it was written by his mother, and the only person she says she sent it to was his ex-wife. But anyway, it got leaked to the New York Times. And so, she admitted that she wrote the email, but then she said, I didn't mean it. It was just said in anger. But listen, I'm a mother, as many of you all are. There are some things that we don't say in anger, right? But we will absolutely call a thing when it comes to our children. I think most of us will. I mean, if you're actually a mother. Yeah, it was from 2018, Lex Defender. It was from 2018. Okay, that's when it was, 2018. And here is the letter. You ready? I'm going to read it to you. So here's the letter. This is from his mother. She says, "Son, I have tried to keep quiet about your character and behavior, but after listening to the way you made Samantha feel today, I cannot stay silent. And as a woman and your mother, I feel I must speak out. You're an abuser. You are an abuser of women. That is the ugly truth. And I have no respect for any man that belittles, lies, cheats, sleeps around, and uses women for his own power and ego. You are that man and have been for years. And as your mother, it pains me and embarrasses me to say that, but it is the sad, sad truth. I am not a saint, far from it, so don't throw that in my face. But your abuse over the years to women, and in parentheses, she says dishonesty, sleeping around, betrayal, debasing, belittling, needs to be called out. Sam is a good mother and a good person, and then in parentheses, under the circumstances that you created. And I know deep down, you know that. For you to try to label her as quote unquote unstable for your own advantage is despicable and abusive. Is there any sense of decency left in you? She did not ask for or deserve any of what has come to her by your hand. Neither did Meredith. I know you think this is one big competition and that we have taken her side. Bunk. We are on the side of good, and that is not you. And then in parentheses, go ahead and call me self-righteous. I don't care. Don't you dare run to her and cry foul that she shared with you. That's what babies do. It's time for someone, in parentheses, I wish it was a strong man, to stand up to your abusive behavior and call it out, especially against women. We still love you, but we are broken by your behavior and lack of character. I don't want to write emails like this and never thought I would. But if it damages our relationship further, then so be it. But at least I have said my piece. There's something redacted. And then she says, and yes, we are praying for you. You don't deserve to know how we are praying, so skip the snarky reply. I don't want an answer to this. I don't want to debate with you. You twist and abuse everything I say anyway. But on behalf of all the women, and in parentheses, and I know it's many, you have abused in some way, I say, get some help and take an honest look at yourself. That is from his mother. That is from his mother. Can you imagine what you must be feeling to write that to your son in an email? And that is why yesterday Tim Kaine said, no, they are not all anonymous smears. We have seen the names, including your own mother. Y'all remember when Tim Kaine said that? Tim Kaine called it. He said, even your mother, we've seen it. What's up, Yasha? So, like, this is my thing. This thing about, oh, these are all just anonymous smears. No, they're not. No, they are not. They are the truth about who you are and what you are. No, he's not reformed or any better. No, no more. That was 3. I want more hooky. So I think it's very, very important that utter disappointment, right? Mimi, that's enough. Yeah, that was Hexeth's mother. She was definitely hurt and disappointed. And I think yeah, Brianna, I think the thing, I have no idea if his daddy was in the picture. I don't even care, right? All I know is, I don't know if she was there yesterday or not. What I do know is that she said what she said, and she didn't mince any words when she said it, right? She said exactly what she said. She meant what she said. And I think anybody with a lick of discernment knows exactly what was said. Well, we don't know when they vote yet, Health and Happiness, because I haven't seen the Senate, the U.S. Armed Services Committee vote and forward it on to a full Senate vote. So, yeah, she did say we, but that could be, I don't know. When she says we still love you, I would assume that's his parents, but I don't know, right? I don't know. So, I mean, for me, you found me on YouTube. Oh, hey, Sergeant Ziggy. Good. Yay. You found me on YouTube. So see, I love the fact that everybody is finding me in different places. Oh, and we are in a subwave. I don't know if you even want to do subs until we know what's happening with TikToker. But if you do want to do subs, they are discounted right now on TikTok. So, could be the family as a whole. Who knows? We honestly don't know. But what I will say is, you found me on Clapper. Perfect. But what I will say is that, I think there are certain things that stood out for me yesterday. And yes, honey. Mila, can you move over just a little bit and give Bella some room, baby? Please? Okay, well, you might want to, because it looks like, okay, good. Thank you, baby girl. Listen. They make me glad I never had a sister. They make me glad I never had a sister. Because, shoo-wee. Can y'all imagine? Oh, she is so, listen, everything she says like that. She says no like that. She says yes like that. She says everything. She is, I say this and I will keep saying it. Listen, if you have ever seen the movie Inside Out, she's the green one. She's disgust. That's her. Everything is with that. She's exasperated all the time. She would say, Mila, you want to eat? Yes. Yes. Like everything all the time. So yeah. And they are 3 years apart as well. They're 3 and some change. So there you go. Right. Yeah. Just saying. Yay. Smile City found me over there too. All the tude in such a little package. You got it. And this is why I'm glad I am the tutu and not the mom. Yeah. And let me just tell y'all something. When they both hit about 11 and 13, 11 and 14, 12 and 15, I'm going to sit back every day and just pop popcorn with a glass of red wine. That is what's going to happen. No, Deborah, I won't be joining Red Note, but thank you. These are the places where I am and where you'll be able to find me. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm going to have. So just to say, okay. So there's a couple of things, a couple of clips that I want to, that I do want to share with you guys so that we can talk about them. Okay. You ready? 19 crimes, Stacey D. That is right. 19 crimes. Hey, Mila, give Bella some room. So listen, she's trying to ask you for some space. Okay. Okay. That's all she's asking for. Sissy just needs some space. Thank you. What a good girl. All right. So I want to play. Can I play a couple of clips so we can talk about them from yesterday's confirmation hearings? Can I do that with you guys? Yeah. All right, here we go. Hopefully this will work out the way I want it to. Hope, yes. What? You need space? Girl, you got the whole couch. Huh? You in the kitchen? Okay. Okay, girl, if you need space. I need space. Yes, because she heard me say that's what Bella was asking for. Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay, so here we go. Take a listen.
I want to talk about financial mismanagement at the two organizations that you headed, which are the only test of your financial management that we have before this committee, the Veterans for Freedom and Concerned Veterans for America. You took over the Veterans for Freedom in 2007.
Okay.
In 2008, you raised $8.7 million, but spent more than $9 million, creating a deficit. By January 2009, you told donors that the organization had less than $1,000 in the bank and debts of $434,000. By 2010, revenue at the Veterans for Freedom had dropped to about $265,000. In the next year, it had dropped further to $22,000. You don't dispute these numbers, do you?
Senator, I'm extremely proud of the work me and my fellow vets did at Vets for Freedom. A bunch of young vets with no political experience, a small group working hard every single day. We raised donor funds. And we have letters submitted for the record from.
So I have to say this before I keep playing. I could not stand the fact that he kept interrupting and talking over members of the committee. I could not stand and I'm very ticked off that he kept interrupting and talking over members of the committee. I'm going to take this down because TikTok gave me like a little notification, you guys. So I'm just going to remove the backdrop for a little bit and pray the algorithm still loves me again. Okay. All right. So I'm going to keep going. Yeah, he's rude and entitled and all the things, right? So let me keep going.
Almost everyone that worked with me every single day, including our chief operating officer, who will attest that every dollar we raised was used intentionally toward the execution of our mission, which is supporting the warfighters. Exactly why we're here today. The warfighters in the Iraq surge.
So I just want to point out something. Yes. No, Bella doesn't need space on the couch. Bella's in the bathroom. She'll be back in a minute. Okay. So let me just say this. I want to pay attention because words are everything, folks. Okay. This, if you notice, they had a coordinated campaign for the verbiage that they were all going to use, right? The war fighter word that he kept using, right? You notice that that some of the other Republican senators also used that word. This is a word that they wanted to use over and over and over again for the general public to begin to think about the anonymous, I'm reading what you wrote, but for the general public to be thinking about the military from a war perspective, right? Quote unquote. So I just want everybody to pay attention to that rhetoric, watch how often it is said and where it comes from. And then we're going to talk about that some more. So here we go.
There was a campaign in 2008, Senator. It was
If-
Barack
if-
Obama
if I
versus
can
John
just
McCain.
ask you
We
another
believe
question,
John McCain would be the
because
right person
I
to
have
win, and so we spent
tax
more.
Just kept
returns
talking.
from that organization.
I'm glad
which
they're for the record.
I am going to ask to be entered into the record, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection.
These tax returns
Right.
are
But they want peace. Listen.
yours. They have your signature. And I'm going to ask that members of the committee review them.
Very
because they're the only
rehearsed.
documents. I've asked for others. I've asked for the FBI report that would presumably document, it should have documented.
So here's the one thing I'm gonna go back to. I'm having Brett Kavanaugh flashbacks when a senator on the Armed Services Committee said, "I've asked for the FBI reports." What do you mean you've asked for them? Do you not have them? And why don't you have them? If your responsibility is to ensure that he is fit for the position he has been nominated for, and you're only going to be given 7 minutes to question him because the chairman, who happens to be a GOP Republican, Mr. Wicker, has denied every single request for a second round, right? What do you mean you requested the FBI report? Why don't you have it? It should be giving you all Brett Kavanaugh flashbacks. Here's some more.
This kind of financial mismanagement. And these are the 990s from that organization.
He wouldn't meet with any of the
By
Dems, Black
the
Rose.
Year of 2011, donors have become so dissatisfied with that mismanagement, they in effect ousted you. They merged that organization with Military Families United, and thereafter you joined a second organization as executive director.
In
The
between,
Concerned
Senator, I went
Veterans-
to Harvard
I want to
University for
ask
2
you
years and
questions.
Afghanistan.
I want to ask you questions about Concerned Veterans for America. Again, another set of tax returns, the 990s from that organization.
So
As
rude.
They be made part of the record, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, both of those returns are now part of the record.
2011 to 2016. At the end of 2013, shortfall of $130,000. At the end of 2014, shortfall of $428,000. You had a surplus the following year, but then another deficit of $437,000. By the time you left, that organization had deep debts, including credit
Right.
card transaction debts of about $75,000. That isn't the kind of fiscal management we want at the Department of Defense. We can't tolerate it at the Department of Defense. That's an organization with a budget of $850 billion, not 10 or 15 million, which was the case at those two organizations. And it has command responsibility for 3.4 million Americans. The highest number that you managed in those two organizations was maybe 50 people.
So I just want to be clear. This man has managed maybe 50 people, maybe. The most budget he's ever had was 10 or 15 million dollars. And every year, except for one, he had a shortfall of over $400,000. That's why he was removed from his first nonprofit. And then he went to Concerned Veterans for America as their director or CEO or whatever he was, right? And he drove the budgets into the ground. Exactly. And this is the guy that people keep arguing with me is supposed to be qualified to be the Secretary of Defense and manage over 3 million people and $850 billion damn dollars. Are you all kidding me? Damn. Right, Sammy J. So here we go. There's more to come. There's more. Just listen.
Let me ask you, how many men and women now serve in the United States Army? What descends from?
Senator, I would like an opportunity to respond to
Well, I've asked you a
impugning of
question.
my
How many-
leadership
how
of a
many men
veterans
and women
organization, Concerned
currently
Veterans for
serve?
America. You're on the VA committee, sir, and I appreciate your service there.
So he kept talking over him, even though Senator Blumenthal said, I've asked you a question. Girls, not so loud, please. Not so loud. So even though Senator Blumenthal said, but I've asked you a question, he continued to talk over him until he got to make his point. And I'm glad he made his point because I'm going to make mine right after this because he's full of shit. Here we go.
The VA Accountability Act and the Mission Act were all brainchilds of Concerned Veterans for America. We used our donor money very intentionally and focused to create policy that bettered the lives of veterans.
Mr. Hegseth, I'm asking you a very simple question.
So did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said about the Mission Act? How many of you all heard that? Oh, shit. I forgot to plug up my phone. Did you all hear him say that the Mission Act was a brainchild of Concerned Veterans for America? Did you hear that? So who would guess who went to look that up today? Anybody guess who went to look that up? Because I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? The brainchild? So I went looking. And when you Google Concerned Veterans for America and the Mission Act, all you get are like very recent posts from like the last 2 months where they're talking about the Mission Act on Concerned Veterans Foundation's website or Concerned Veterans social media. That's all you find. And then I ran across this little doozy. Let me see if I can pull it up for you really quickly. Mimi, not so loud, baby girl. Yep, thank you. Not so loud, baby girl. Okay, so hold on. Then I found this letter today. So how many of you all are familiar with the DAV? You guys know that disabled Americans veterans, right? Disabled American veterans. Hey guys, chill, please. Jesus. All right. So let me tell you what it says. Girls, please. Y'all are doing the most. There is a wonderful letter that's on the DAV's website dated May 7th of 2018. How many of you all are familiar with the acronym VSO? How many of you all are familiar with the acronym VSO? It is Veteran Service Organizations. Are you familiar with that? So there's many veteran service organizations out there. The DAV is one. The VFW is another. Like there's a bunch of them. And they all tend to know of each other, and they work together. Yep. Veteran Services Organization. And they oftentimes will help veterans, get disability. They will help veterans get connected with the VA. They will help veterans, get their VA benefits or their college stuff enrolled, their GI bills. They just advocate on behalf of veterans, right? And so let me share this with you. So let me get to Mila, not so loud, please. And so if you are on YouTube, thanks, Sergeant Zig. I'm glad you listened to the podcast. So let me share this with you guys. This is if you're watching me on YouTube or Facebook, you can see this letter. I'm actually sharing my screen. If you are watching me on TikTok, I'm going to turn my camera around and let you view my screen. Okay. So this letter is on the DAV's website and it is dated May 7th of 2018, right? And the Mission Act happened in 2018. And this is a VSO letter supporting the VA Mission Act of 2018. So it addresses all the congressmen, senators that this is addressed to, right? And then it says this letter. They all agree. They all support this piece of legislation. They think it's amazing. They think it's great. And then look, all of these veteran service organizations, they all signed it. Now, if you're like, really? Well, is Concerned Veterans for America on here? Because surely to goodness, if it was their brainchild, they would be like the first people to sign it, right? Well, scroll down here. This is the alphabetical list of letter signers. So go right down here. Now, I mean, I didn't go to Yale or Harvard like good old Pete or even daggone who's the vice president elect? Vance, right? Look, but in between Commissioned Officers Association, right? This one and the DAV, shouldn't Concerned Veterans for America go right there? Because CON should come after COM and before DAV, right? Shouldn't this be a thing? So one of the questions that I asked today in my podcast episode was, so what happened? What happened? Did they just forget to invite the people who thought it all up to come to the party? Did they forget to ask the people whose brain made the child to come sign it? Is that what happened? Or is Pete Hegseth lying? And they just figured nobody would fucking check. Mila, please give Bella space, honey. So this is what made me chuckle. Because I was like, you got to be kidding me. Because literally, if you Google Concerned, Mila, please get off your sister. Concerned Veterans for America Mission Act, right? I'll show you what you get. Like nothing. So let me show you. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna share my screen with you again. Mila Ann, do you want me to take your technology? Then stop. Move over to the other part of the couch and give your sister room. Okay, watch. When you go see your mama, you're gonna know in a minute. Yep, that's where you're gonna go, girl. All right, so let me make sure that you all can see. Titan? No. Jesus, between kids and Titan, I'm struggling today. All right, so hey, Phantom, good to see you. Stop. Hey, Gio. All right, so let me just show you guys this. I'm going to turn my TikTok camera around for you so that you can see what I'm looking at. So I just Googled Concerned Veterans for America Mission Act, right? And I have Mission VA, and then I have the Complete the Mission Act, which is a thing talking about how it was signed in. But now the Complete the Mission Act is something that was just, hey, Mila, stop. That was introduced like just a year ago. Mila, I can't. So CVA urges Congress to pass the Complete the Mission Act. This is from 2014. Complete the Mission Act is different than the Mission Act. Stop, Mila. And all you see down here is Veterans Health and Wellbeing. This is a little article about the Mission Act, but there's absolutely nothing. This is from 2023. VA drops the ball, right? You don't see anything from them. This is from 4 weeks ago. Do y'all see this? The Mission Act, that poster from 4 weeks ago. I don't get it. So like, where's the brainchild? I don't know. But they didn't sign it. They didn't sign it, people. So I couldn't tell you. But what I can tell you is that it's enough. I need y'all to give me 1 second. Titan, move, please.
Titan, no. Titan, no.
Yep, you have to get down.
Titan, no. I want to get down. No. I want to play his toy.
No, then go play with his toy over there, please.
Okay.
Yep, over there, not on my desk. Okay. So, here's my thing. Maybe it was the brainchild, maybe it wasn't. All I know is They didn't sign it. I couldn't see it. In a minute, Stace, maybe that's what might happen. And it might, yeah, that's just my thing. I think it just bothers me that there's no real fact checking. There's no real in-depth report from the FBI. The FBI should have their report should uncover every bit of his fiscal irresponsibility, his inability to balance a budget, his all of I don't think that people really understand this. Y'all, this man is not qualified to get to get the security clearance that he needs to be the Secretary of Defense. He is literally blackmailable. He has settled with money. He has settled with money and non-disclosure agreements. Those are telltale red flags for anybody seeking a damn security clearance. And this is the problem that I have with what people are talking about. And so I want to just talk for just a second about the problem that I have with the way the mainstream media is covering things. No worries, Linda. Hey, Stace, I'm going to go ahead and let you give me a break for just a second. And I'm going to mute my mic. YouTube and folks, give me just a second. Stacey's going to give me a break. Thanks, Stace.
Hey, guys. Hope everybody's having a good evening and enjoying the Danny Cook Show. If you're new to this space, welcome. A couple things to keep in mind. Please be respectful. Please, no slurs. Please, no spamming the comments. And there's always one I forget. Help me on the comments if you remember it. If you're new to this space, Danny offers amazing content. She never gives us anything hokey. It's always facts from primary sources, and she's the one that digs it up, and so she works really hard for us in this space. No caps, that's right, no caps, because caps are for the mods, right? Caps are for the mods or mod adjacent folk like me who need to communicate directly with Danny or with some of the other mods, or with mods between themselves, so that we can have clear communication and understand what's going on. So please, no caps in the chat. Thank you. Hi, Carla. As far as the content, it's excellent content. If you've been here for a minute, right? And if you're new to the space, welcome and stick around. And next time, bring a friend. Danny offers subscriptions. It's the lowest price that it can be. She never jacks up the price. So that gives you access to exclusive content. There's also a subscriber space over on Discord that allows for exclusive content like movie night, book reviews, all of the things. And then Danny also has other spaces now. She had them up, but I think TikTok got mad at her. So she's over on Blue Sky. She's on YouTube. She's over on so many things. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but it's a lot. And I'm sure if you Googled social media for Danny Cook, she is the Danny Cook on all of her spaces, on all of the socials, right? So continue to push out the live. Sharing is caring, tapping is clapping. Give some love to your mods because they are the best on TikTok. And make sure that when you come into this space, if you are, every time you do, come in and hit that red part at the top, because that also tells TikTok that we like what she's doing, we appreciate her, and that we want to see more. And so that plus gifting, plus tapping, plus sharing pushes her over to the For You page and pushes her message out there. And that's what we really want to do. So thank you very much for your participation. And we return to our regular scheduled program.
Thank you, Stace. I appreciate you much. Okay, so folks, it's the Danny Cook everywhere. So right now I am streaming on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, right? So I'm obviously live on all of those platforms. Platforms where I have active accounts that already have content is Blue Sky. And then platforms that I have just recently joined but haven't added content yet is Clapper, Fanbase, and Favorited. What? Then get it, because I'm not. No, you lay down and go to sleep. Thank you. I need you to keep being a good girl because I promise you it'll be worth it. Okay. Well, Bella's going to sleep, so you hush. What's up, Mina? Love to see you. So, yeah.
Did you want me watch TV.
You want to watch TV? Okay. Are you going to sit down and be quiet? We'll see. We shall see. You want, I've got it. You don't need the remote. I have it. So, for those of you all who are new, I'm also a grandmother. You probably have caught on to that by now. And so my daughter is in nursing school and she works. Okay, that's fine. Get on the couch and be quiet, please. And because of that, I have my grandbabies quite often. Here, look. Yep, go sit down. It's on. Listen. It's on. Yeah, which one do you want? Do you want this one? Look. Okay, get up there right now. All right. So a lot of times you will hear me with these grandbabies in my home, and that is just right, H. Smith, and that is just life, right? Because unlike some people, I am not paid to do this by some great benefactor, and so life just happens. I don't got no nannies. I don't got no extra folk to like help out and do shit other than my mods that help me out here. So life just be life. And this is what regular life looks like, which is why I appreciate so much all of your support, all of your likes, all of your shares, all of your gifts, all of the things that you do. Right. I do appreciate them because it is a lot. And I try to do right by everyone. So I do appreciate you. They are really well behaved. Mila is the one that is she's 3, right? So she's working it out, and she was also a C19 baby, right? So she hasn't acclimated. She hasn't had as much experience being around me when I'm live and working like this so much as the older 2 have. So we're making progress. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I don't even know if she's had a nap today. And if not, that would be a little bit why my life is what it is. Appreciate you, Granny and Tammy Bam. All right. So the things that bother me, there's a lot of things that bother me about this Pete Hegseth confirmation hearing yesterday, right? So number 1 is just who he is. I have seen his type having served in the military. Thanks, Blue Sky. I've seen his type. If you have any type of discernment in you, you know who he is, right? Thanks, Mina. If you have discernment, if you are a woman who has ever been SA'd, do you not know that energy? Because I do, right? 100%, right? So, that's just where I sit. She is going to sleep. You leave her alone, okay? She's going to sleep. Thank you, babes. You're doing great, Mila. You're doing great, sissy. Yeah, she's going to sleep. Give her a minute. Okay. Well, don't touch her face. Yeah. So, yeah, I do have 3 grands. 2 of them are with me tonight. The oldest one, even if he was here, you wouldn't know he was here, because he's just quiet and whatever. So that's him. Jules, what do you mean waiting on CNN and MSNBC info? Yeah. Yes, Sheldon G. 3 grandkids. Are you kidding me? My kids are 30 and 27. That's how old my kids are. Yeah. Dom, my oldest grandbaby, is laid back. Shh. He's real laid back. Okay. So, there's a lot about Pete Hegseth that bothers me, and it's everything from personal to professional. There's absolutely nothing about him that makes me have any level of confidence in his ability to do the job of Secretary of Defense. And I'm going to tell you what really tickled me was, I'll play it. I'll play it. And then I'll, it's okay. Get it. And I'll let you hear it for yourself. And then I'm going to chuckle about it because it reminded me of our guy. Oh, well, then you have to wait, sissy, because I can't get it right now. Here we go. Listen.
Many men and women currently serve in the United States Army?
Senator, in the United States Army, 450,000 on active duty. Sir.
Mila,
And how
I
many
cannot do
in the Navy?
And the Navy is 425, sir.
Well, it's 337. this year.
wrong.
How many in the Marine Corps?
175,000, sir.
172,000.
Wrong again.
Those numbers dwarf any experience you had by many multiples. I don't believe that you can tell this committee or the people of America that you are qualified to lead them. I would support you
Listen,
as the spokesperson for the Pentagon. I don't dispute your communication skills, but I believe that we are entitled to the facts here. I've asked for more documents. I assume you'd be willing to submit to an expanded
okay, wait.
FBI
I'm going to pause it right there because he said, I would support you to be the spokesperson for the Department of Defense. Like, you talk a good game. Do y'all remember when Eric Hirschman said Jenna Ellis played a good lawyer on TV, but she wasn't really like a good lawyer in real life? Like, that is what this comment reminded me of. He cracked me up. He said, I would support you as a spokesperson. I support you. Like, I have no doubt in your communication ability, but we deserve the facts. And you, sir, ain't it? Immediately, I was like, yeah, like, you'd play a good Secretary of Defense on TV. Maybe, move to Hollywood because this gig is not for you. And it just really tickled me. So here's the other part, though, that I want you all to pay attention to. Give me one little second right here. All right. So here we go.
The facts here. I've asked for more documents. I assume you'd be willing to submit to an expanded FBI background check that interviews your colleagues, accountants, ex-wives, former spouses, sexual assault survivors, and others, and enable them to come forward.
Listen.
Senator, I'm not in charge of FBI background checks.
But you would submit to it and support it.
I'm not in charge of FBI background checks.
Wait, but you would support to and submit to more background checks, right? Where we could talk to your ex-wives, to SA survivors, like to auditors and accountants. You'd support and submit to that, right? Senator, I'm not in charge of FBI background checks. Well, no shit, Sherlock, but you would submit to it and support it, right? Senator, I'm not in charge. Listen, if that doesn't tell you all you need to know, right? I love that he said survivors too, but if that doesn't tell you all you need to know about this man, I don't know what to tell you. Because it should tell you everything you need to know. And why would anyone want a person who cannot answer that question to be the Secretary of Defense? Move your feet over, babe. No one should want that. If you throw in other people, I'm going to take them all from you. Yeah, Francis, none of them are qualified. So this is right. That's a hard no, Anita. That is a no, 100%. Now, I'm going to tell you, there was a lot that we could take away from yesterday and a lot of people that we could really love to listen to, right? Gillibrand did her thing. Kelly did his thing. Oh my gosh. His face is in my head and I can't think of it right now. Oh my geez. I can't believe I can't think of his name right now. Kane did his thing. Ducksworth did their thing, right? Like all of them did their thing. All of them were amazing, right? And the things that I thought from the GOP side of the house that were quite interesting is the genius who put up a board behind him. I guess he was trying to channel his inner Katie Porter, and they couldn't spell the word military. Where I was sure somebody had photoshopped it, but they did not. It literally said MILTARY, and you're a senator. I was like, you got to be kidding me right now. And you're grilling, and you're grilling other people. You're talking about other people, right? And then there's the other dude, right, that said, you sure enough, what about the senators that have showed up drunk to vote at night? That's your talking point. That's your talking point. And that's your talking point. That's your talking point. You're worried about this guy, but there's people that show up drunk to vote at night. Okay, well, so have you turned them in, dude? Why haven't you supported them for haven't you reported them for violating the code of ethics? No, you haven't done that? Oh, the give me a joke guy? Yeah, that guy. But I want to talk about one more. Yeah, we're going to get to that one right now. I want to talk about this dude. This dude is Sheehy. Okay. And I may have deleted it because I really didn't want to see him, but we're going to see. Yep, that's not it. Give me a second. Did I delete Sheehy? So what I want to remind everybody about with Sheehy is, oh, I know what that one is. Hold on. Is that he started out, Montana proud. Listen, Montana should have stuck with John Tester. Because he was a really close mod dem, right? But no, now we've got Sheehy. And I've actually found it, folks. I have found it. And so I want you to hear from Sheehy right now. Sheehy, so that we can listen to his sense of humor. Let's do that.
How many genders are there? Tough one.
Senator, there are 2 genders.
I know that well. I'm a she, so I'm on board.
I know that one well. I'm a she. Like, who thought that was a joke that was appropriate to be told on the floor of the Senate Armed Services Committee during a damn confirmation hearing for the Secretary of Defense? That shit's not funny. Well, because that's what he sounded like, Stacey. Listen, that is what he sounded like. Hold on. You just got to listen. You got to hear this shit for yourself because you can't make it up.
Pete, I'm actually going to ask you questions because I want to hear your answer. How many genders are there? Tough one.
Tough one.
Senator, there are 2 genders.
I know that well. I'm a she, so I'm on board.
It's not funny. It's not appropriate. It's not acceptable. It's not any of the things. Yeah, you're an asshole, Pat Sheehy. You're an asshole. Just saying it. And I just want to be clear about something. Do y'all realize, that's his last name, y'all. His last name is Sheehy. It's Sheehy. To me, his name is Shitty. Right? Shitty, not Sheehy. That's what I think. Senator Shitty. That's what I'm going to start calling him. Oh, yeah, I saw all of it. And here's the thing that gets me. So when Senator Schmidt says that that we have been a military of wokeness and weakness, what exactly is that? Because I don't know what wokeness and weakness is. And by the way, so here's the thing. Yes. Okay. So this is the thing that gets me about that. Help you what? Take what off? It doesn't come off. What are you talking about? This doesn't come off. Sissy, it doesn't come off.
Should not be wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't come off.
Should not be wrong.
Girl, I can't help you. It doesn't come off here.
Not be wrong.
So, and right, Christine, you used to look up to these positions and now you don't. But so let me just say this, okay, about so Schmidt says wokeness and weakness, which is an insult to all the men and women that have been serving for the last 4 years. Really? All of them, all of the soldiers, all of the people that have been shipped overseas and away from their families, all of the people that have signed on the dotted line and been willing to be unalive for this country. And you think that they are from wokeness and weakness? No, they're not. And the fact that you're saying that is disrespectful to the people that are serving right now. It is not like when Joe Biden took over, we just discharged everybody in the military and then recruited brand new people. And all of a sudden, we had a brand new military. That's not what happened. It's not like Joe Biden took over and all of a sudden they were all brainwashed into some wokeness or weakness for the last 4 years. They are the same people that was serving under the Trump administration that are serving today. It is not like all of a sudden for the last 4 years, something's happened. Because let me just, by the way, for the last 3 years, the Army has increased its recruitment every year, year over year, a 10% increase, year over year. So that's just horseshit. It just is. Okay, and then and the only other thing that I'm going to say about Sheehy is this dumb shit right here. Hold on. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to play it. Just hold on.
What is the diameter of the rifle round fired out of an M4A1 rifle?
That's a 5.56.
How many push-ups can you do?
Oof.
I did 5 sets of 47 this morning.
What do you think are most important strategic bases in the Pacific?
In the Pacific, Guam is pretty strategically significant.
How many rounds of 5.56 can you fit into the magazine of an M4 rifle?
Depends on the magazine, but standard issue is 30.
And what size round is the M9 Beretta standard issue sidearm for the military fire?
A 9mm, Senator.
What kind of batteries do you put in your night vision goggle?
Oh, here's another joke.
Duracell.
So right there, you're representing qualifications that show you understand what the warfighter deals with every single day on the battlefield.
So I just want to be clear. Being able to do 5 sets of 47 push-ups, to know the size of the size of the things that go in the pew-pews and the diameters of those things, that means you understand what people go through on the front lines. That's supposed to be the demonstration that you understand. Right, the round. Knowing the diameter of a round and how many rounds go in something, that means you understand. That's bullshit. That is not an understanding of anything. You can read a book and know those things. You can read a book and know those things and not know anything about what it is to be on the front lines. And let me just say this, okay? I said this on my podcast today and I'm going to say it again, okay? Just so everyone knows, less than 15% of our armed forces ever goes to combat. Less than 15%. Did y'all know that? Did you know that? Less than 15%. Yeah, that's it, folks. So here's my things. Here's the thing. And oftentimes, the guy that is really, really good on the front lines ain't the guy you want leading everybody. Because that guy, He's good for like unaliving people. He's the dude that kind of is numb to humanity. That ain't the guy that you want leading the troops. That's not the guy that you want boosting morale. That's not the guy, folks, because he don't know how to do it. You want a leader that is balanced. You want a leader that inspires. You want a leader that knows how to take a life, but also understands the gravity of it and has the desire to do as little of it as possible in order to succeed. Like, that's real talk. You don't ever want that guy. That guy is not often the strategic guy. That guy is not the guy that is thinking about all the ins and outs and all the plans and all the this and all the that. That guy is not Pete Hegseth. Y'all just, I really want people to understand this. If only 15% of the armed forces ever sees combat, do you know how to lead at peace? Do you know how to lead when we are at peace? Because that's kind of essential. Because that's where we are the majority of the time. That's where 85% of your personnel are going to be. And he doesn't do that. So, this is my thing, folks. If you're watching these confirmation hearings and you think something's funny and you think this is a game, you are about to have the biggest FAFO in your life. And so are the people willing to like leave their families behind to protect you and yours. Oh yeah, he served. He served, Lynn. Yeah, he did. I don't take anything away from him that he served. Great. That doesn't mean you're qualified. It doesn't mean you're qualified. At all. I don't know, something like 10 years active duty or something like that. 8, 9, 10, something like that. And you still don't have his stuff together. So I want to play one last clip for you all. One last clip. And then here's what I'm going to do. One last clip. I'm going to play this clip. I'm going to talk about it real quick. Okay, get me the juice out the fridge. And then I'm going to take about a 30-minute break. I'm going to put a 3-year-old to bed. And then I'm going to come back. And when I come back, I will be coming back on TikTok only. Okay? Sorry, everybody else. But TikTok's algorithm is just better and more interactive. And so, yeah, that way I don't have to keep doing my neck like this. Okay? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this clip for you. Stay right here so we can talk about it. Okay? And then I'm going to take a break and then I'm going to come back on TikTok. So here we go. You ready? And here's what I'm going to ask. If we can hit 300,000 likes on TikTok before I go, that would be great. Okay? And then we're going to go from there. Yes. You can't get what? You can't open the fridge? Girl, wait 1 minute and I'll get it for you. Okay? Tutu's almost done and I will get it for you. Yeah, let me finish. If you want it, you let me finish, okay? All right, here we go. Yep, I saw, Sonny. I saw you did. Perfect. Okay. All right, here we go. You ready? This is a clip from 2016. And it's a clip of Pete Hegseth on, of all things, Fox News. Oh, no, I'm lying. This is Pete Hegseth on CNN in 2016. You ready? You want to hear it? Here it goes.
It's typical Trump. All bluster, very little substance. He talks a tough game, but then when pressed on it, he's an armchair tough guy. I hate to say it, but this is a guy who said that John McCain is not a war hero, yet he sought his own 5 military deferments.
Listen.
It's typical Trump. all bluster, very little substance. He talks a tough game, but then when
It's typical Trump. He's all bluster. He talks a good game. That is Pete Hegseth on CNN in 2016 talking about Donald Trump. And the thing that I think is amazing about that is, isn't he giving you a little bit of JD Vance right there? I'm the never Trump guy. I'm the never Trump guy. Looks like both of you guys are full of shit. And you've shown us just what it takes for you to be bought. That's what it is. Now we know just how much integrity you don't have. How much integrity you don't have. In case we missed it, in case we didn't know, now we know. Right? Just one more time before we go. Listen.
it's typical Trump.
Typical Trump. All bluster. Very little substance.
He talks a tough game, but then when pressed on it, he's an armchair tough guy.
He's an armchair tough guy.
Who said that John McCain is not a war hero, yet he sought his own 5 military deferments.
5 military deferments. He's an armchair tough guy who's now your daddy, Pete Hegseth. I love this. Listen, Pete Hegseth, the armchair tough guy, is now your daddy. Oh, no. Yep, Mr. I do 5 sets of 47 every day. And you getting ran by the armchair tough guy, Pete Hegseth. You know what it is to be a war fighter. You got the warrior ethos, Pat Hegseth, and you are being run and told what to do like a little puppet by the armchair tough guy. He's the guy, he knows everything better than everybody else. I know more about being an armchair tough guy than anybody else in the whole world. I know more about turning men into my puppets than anybody else. I know more about making JD Vance and Pete Hegseth suck. I know more than anybody else about getting these big old strong men to eat their words and do whatever I tell them to do. Ain't that something? Them big old stuff MAGA men. You don't know what I was going to say at all. All right, so here's what we're going to do, folks. It is 9:38 Eastern Standard Time. I am going to get off of here for a minute. I'm going to put this child to sleep who is giving me a run for my money tonight. Right, Penny G. Them baby carrots. Y'all do know what happens when you do 5 sets of 47 every day. All right. I love y'all back. I will see you all shortly. Give me 30 to 45 minutes so I can make sure she's down for the count. And then I'll be back on TikTok. So listen, get yourself a little cup of coffee. Do whatever you need to. Drink like a 1/4 of a Red Bull. Because when I come back, we'll be on for a minute. And we're going to talk some more about some of this stuff that we've got. Okay, 30, 45 minutes. And I'll be back for you on TikTok. I love you, mean it. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, TikTokers. Make sure that you are following me across all my socials. I am at The Danny Cook everywhere. And the podcast is streaming damn near everywhere too. And it's under The Danny Cook Show. See you later, folks. Good night.